Coming to you live from my apartment, it's Rob Has a Podcast. And now here's a guy who's ready to kick off the Big Brother season by reading the auras of a bunch of the Big Brother 20 women. I am Rob Cesternino. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Happy official kickoff to your summer. Big Brother 20 is here, and we've got 16 new players that we're going to be looking at over the next 2 nights. 8 women tonight, 8 men tomorrow night as we begin the march towards the 20th season of Big Brother next Wednesday night, June 27th. And we will cover it from the very start to the very end in a million different ways here on RHAP as a Podcast. And so let me bring in some esteemed panelists here from the LFC tonight. First, a great member of the LFC, and here to talk about all of her favorite women tonight. Here's Melissa Deni. Melissa, how are you?
I'm very excited. This is super, super exciting to get to talk about Big Brother US again. And I'm very excited to see how wrong all of my assessments of these women are in the next few months.
Yes. Okay. Well, Melissa, you are the reigning Big Brother draft champion, correct?
No, incorrect.
No, incorrect.
I'm the reigning Survivor champ.
Oh, Survivor champ. Okay, close enough.
But I have never won a Big Brother draft, and this could be my year, guys.
Okay, I get so confused from the pictures of you with the crown and everything. So much going on. Of course, a man who rarely missteps in any draft whatsoever or in life. Please welcome Mr. Big Brother himself, Taran Armstrong. Taran, how are you?
I'm great. You know, I had to let some other people win some drafts just for a little while in order to make everyone not hate me so much. But I feel like it's time to take the crown back.
Yes, Taran does not like it. It's a little salty that Brent won the Big Brother 19 draft. And so that he is back with a vengeance here this summer.
Yeah, well, you know, who could have predicted Josh?
Nobody.
Only Brent.
Look, and that's the thing where a year ago that we probably sat here, and I think it was on that first night we played all these mosquito clips. We said, "Oh, this guy Josh, what a lunatic, what a loon, he's crazy." Everybody laughed at Brent when he took him in the first round. So we don't know anything. We're just here to introduce these new people to you here tonight as we start to fill the gap here between now and the start of this Big Brother 20. So a lot to look at here with these 8 women here tonight. And so we will get that all underway here. We'll take your questions, hashtag RHAP. Scott St. Pierre is standing by. Of course, we'll also check out the chat room as well on robhasawebsite.com. And of course, don't forget about our men's preview tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Brent Wolgamott will be here with Taran Armstrong to talk about the men tomorrow night. So very excited about all of this. And of course, the Big Brother live feeds are available. If you don't have it kept up with your CBS All Access, you could go ahead and sign up, get a week for free when you go to robhasawebsite.com/live feeds or click the banner on robhasawebsite.com. We always appreciate when you pick up those live feeds through the website because we do get a commission. And that also helps all of this RHAP nonsense go on and on. robhasawebsite.com/live feeds. All right. So before we get into talking about our different women in the cast of Big Brother 20, Melissa, Taran, and I, we released a podcast this morning where we had reactions to the cast. Do you have any thoughts as a whole on Big Brother 20 or this group?
It's so hard because I always end up having basically the complete opposite opinion on them after I see them in the house. But, you know, I feel like this is a decent crop of people. I'm not so saddened by any of the picks, but, I am a little disappointed that there aren't as many quote unquote super fans. I haven't heard anyone yet say that they're a live feeder. There have been a few people that have said they've watched since season 1, which I always, I'm a big fan of because I did the same. But I haven't seen anyone really say that they live and breathe the show. So that's been a little disappointing because usually we can at least get one person. I mean, it's clear I'm not going to get any shout outs on the live feeds this year, and it's very rare when I get one. So I'm always looking for that. But yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to do my best to withhold judgment until I settle, and I'm probably going to judge them very hard.
Taran, did you have that same takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like it's light on fans, especially coming from the most recent Big Brother Canada 6 season, which was loaded with fans and was a fantastic cast that played like fire. But I do feel like it's a good cast. I expect good things from them. There were a few people that were fans, but I don't think there's anyone that watches the live feeds, or like I don't think a single person mentioned live feeds, which would be very interesting. It definitely.
I actually thought that Kaitlyn did.
Did she? Well, we'll get to Kaitlyn, but I don't know how much of her I listened to.
Because she had said to Ross that she had hoped that people would watch the live feeds also, so that she would not be misunderstood. She was concerned, so she did at least acknowledge the.
But there are live feeds.
Well, I see. I feel like that exemplifies a misunderstanding of live feeds, because people who watch the live feeds misunderstand the people on the live feeds all the time. If anything, that's a worse place for you to be.
Taran, are you saying that the people that watch the live feeds are the most confused?
Yes, generally.
Wow. Okay. Well, Taran is coming out hot in Big Brother 20.
I'm always hot.
All right. I would like to touch on one thing that we don't know anything really about the theme at this point, and usually they start to let that out in dribs and drabs. But we do have a commercial that Hamster Watch had tweeted, and I'd like to play it and sort of weigh in a little bit on where we think this is going. This is a CBS TV promo that Hamster Watch had tweeted out yesterday. This is Julie giving us some voiceover.
Season 20, here we go.
Big Brother's getting a high-tech reboot.
The Houseguest better start trending.
Hey, Big Brother is getting a high-tech reboot. The Houseguest better start trending. Okay, I'll give you the whole thing.
Or their game could crash.
16 new house guests are going to get hacked, cracked, and that's a fact.
Whoa.
Julie Chen hosts.
This could break the internet.
The Big Brother season premiere, CBS Wednesday.
Hacked, cracked, and that's a fact, Taran. This season could break the internet. Boy, that's ominous.
Very technological. I think they've taken a lot of inspiration from me.
Yeah, I don't know. Melissa, that this first part is chilling, where we're talking about their games could be affected by if they're trending or not.
Season 20, here we go.
Big Brother's getting a high-tech reboot.
The Houseguest better start trending or their game could crash.
16.
They better start trending or their game could crash. What is this? Opposite worlds?
Yeah.
I hate all of that. Just all of it. I'm really hoping that it means absolutely nothing like all of their other themes, but I don't know, because I noticed in Ross's interviews, he would ask them to turn to the camera and tell America why they should root for you and vote for you. So I don't know why he was telling them to vote. Why should America vote for you unless we're going to be voting for something? Unless it was, he just kept mixing up his words like I just did. I don't know. So that made me very concerned after hearing that preview and then hearing him ask them to beg for our votes. That is all stuff I hate.
Yeah. Taran, also that they talked about that the Houseguests are going to get hacked, and we have somebody who is describing themselves as somebody who is a hacker. Are they going for some sort of like Mr. Robot-esque theme this season, where the house, when we're going to see the house photos, and it's going to be like a server room and all sorts of like computer type equipment?
I guess so. I mean, it certainly seems like it based on this promo. My first thought was opposite worlds as well, but maybe they're just in the future or whatever it was, paradise, heaven, whatever theme it was for opposite worlds. Yeah. And like if you're trending, then you get some kind of advantage. If you're not, maybe you get some kind of punishment, which is a hack. Who knows?
Yeah, Melissa, this feels like to me that they've done some sort of a social media reboot of the MVP twist where, hey, use your favorite player's hashtag and whoever is the, most trending person, they're going to get a special veto this week.
Oh God, I really hope not. I always hate that stuff, and I'm just holding out hope that it's just the theme of the season, and then America's just going to vote on have-not foods. Please let that be it.
Okay, so just a little, let's put that out there. Just some speculation based on a promo. We have not heard any official word on this. That the thing that I was just saying with Taran was I do feel like that it's just a little basic in terms of what we're doing here to celebrate the 20th season of Big Brother. Although allegedly there are going to be a lot of alumni in the audience on premiere night, Taran.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's definitely going to be alumni involvement in one way or another. I personally don't think that there are going to be more players. But there could be coaches, there could be people that go into the house and then leave, or I feel like there's something involved, but I personally think and hope that they're not going to be 4 additional players. The only thing that makes me think that there might be 4 additional players is that, add 4 players to these 16, it makes 20 players for the 20th season. That's very worrying.
Yeah. Melissa, would you be okay with if it was just sort of a celebration of 20 seasons of Big Brother where we had a lot of alumni coming back and hosting competitions and a lot of throwbacks, but not necessarily any alumni playing?
I'd be very excited about that. I think that would be awesome. And I had read somewhere that someone tweeted out, I think it was one of the people who was creating competitions or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but they were saying that they would have some competitions that they're planning on bringing back, like throwback competitions from pre-double-digit seasons. So that would be really fun to have, the pressure cooker competition or some of those other ones that we all really liked. So I am all for that. I'm all for bringing people back to host competitions and do all that. I just don't necessarily like the idea of bringing back additional players, like veteran players, because I don't trust CBS's ability to bring back good, fun people that we really want to see.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just don't know who they would go with after, they went with Paul back to back. Other than Jess and Cody, I don't know who their breakout star is that they are going to go back to. It just seems like they'd be really stretching to find returnees at this point, Taran.
Yeah, I mean, people that they would be willing to bring back. I think they're out of options there. In terms of people like that should be brought back, there's plenty, but those are all people that they would never look at.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go through our 8 female cast members tonight, and we will do so in alphabetical order. And we will talk about what they told us in their bio and in their conversation today with Ross Matthews. Taran, how do you think Ross Matthews did in terms of filling in for Big Jeff?
I did find myself oddly missing Jeff, especially at the beginning. I really wanted to know their thoughts on mosquitoes, and I just felt like the line of questioning, maybe he was too scared of the mosquito lobby or something, but he really shied away from those. I did feel like toward the second half, he picked it up, and I really loved that he was very willing to judge them for their answers. I want a showman. It's like, really, you want a showman? I want to be loved and lose. Like, really, you're gonna give me that answer? I liked that. I like that
too, because I always want to just jump in there and react like that whenever Big Jeff was doing it. So I'm very glad that Ross was willing to react in the way that I would react.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into talking about the 8 women that spoke with Ross Matthews today. And we are going to kick things off in alphabetical order. And we're going to talk about Angela. Here she is. Angela. What a year for Angela's on reality TV. And an Angela and an Angie in this cast. And here she is. Angela Rummins, the fitness model from Hilton Head, South Carolina. And, I thought she came across pretty well here, Melissa.
Yeah, I thought so too. I feel like she came across really normal, which was kind of rare for all these other players that we were watching today. So I thought that she was, she seemed like she could be a good player. She says she was watching the show since she was little and named Rachel as her favorite player, which I liked. Said she didn't want to be in a showmance. So generally, I was pretty impressed with their answers. I guess, if anything, maybe she seems a little plain, but that's a good thing in my opinion, because the other players are just too wacky for me. So, I seem to like her. If anything, I don't have enough to say about her, which I guess is not a good thing, but,
Yeah, Taran, we don't really see a lot of train wreck potential here, and I think that that's a great start for Angela.
Yeah, I agree. Alegna, I think, is a really good choice for this cast. She's backwards on the screen.
Yes. I was like, what are you saying, Karen?
The name is backwards on the live video, which reads out Alegna, and I feel like that's a great nickname for her. She's very physical. She's very charming and attractive. I felt like in watching the interview, and I was worried reading her bio. She's talking a lot about being, really into fitness and being very physical. And I was concerned that would mean, she's going to be, really gunning for these competitions, and she's going to come off like a powerhouse, and she's not going to break her leg like Christmas and then, slide under the radar. She's going to be way too much of a threat. However, in the interview she did with Ross, she did talk about wanting to throw comps at the start and come off as this sort of ditzy dumb girl, which I very much appreciated. And I do feel like Angela does have a lot of potential in this game. So I'm excited to see what she's capable of.
Okay. She talks a little bit about a potential showmance, Melissa.
Well, she said she didn't want a showmance, or at least that's what I remember her saying.
Yeah, she didn't want to showmance, but who knows?
Who knows? It could be.
I feel like that was a lot of their answers was, who knows? Oh, I'm open to it. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah. What do we think about her Etsy type woodworking that she's doing, Melissa? Is that something you'd be interested in?
Possibly. I'd have to see it. I don't know. Is she the one who in the bio said that she runs a business on her own with her assistant? It's like, wait, what? So you're not running it on your own, or like you are running it and you have an assistant? I'm very confused.
I personally found the most interesting part of her bio, the part where she said she has a roster of boy toys in LA that she'll have to release when she goes into the house.
I believe it.
Right. As soon as I saw her, I was like, okay, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. What do you think about this? That she allegedly, and she has not released her tax returns, she gives 10% of her income to a different charity each month. Taran, is this too good to be true?
I mean, nah, I believe her. I mean, it's you don't usually brag about something like that unless you actually do it.
Some sort of tithe of the month club.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Every month a different charity.
I don't know. Maybe she has her assistant pick out charities.
That's what her assistant does. That's her one job.
She also is a competitive pole vaulter. Melissa, do you think, is this a useful skill in the Big Brother house?
I thought the exact same thing. I was like, oh, she's a professional athlete. Whoa. And then she's like, I pole vaulted. I was like, yeah, that's not really totally relevant, but I guess you have to be strong in order to be a good pole vaulter. So clearly she's athletic. But isn't she a fitness model or something? Isn't that her? So she is still athletic. So I guess that's good.
I will say this. We cover American Ninja Warrior. I have a podcast about it. Many of the top female Ninja Warriors were pole vaulters. Like this is a good sport to do if you want to be good at weird competitions like Ninja Warrior, or I assume some of the physical challenges in Big Brother.
Yeah. When she says she is a fitness model, does that just mean she has an Instagram, Melissa?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay. Also, she is going to, I think, have a leg up when the jury paints Taran. I think that when they have the day when they do finger painting, she will also be extraordinary at that.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's a very important skill. It's people, they don't really care who you vote for. They really care about the finger painting.
Yeah. But overall, she seems like she'll be very good. Not super exciting.
Yeah, I have two concerns about her. One is that she calls herself the networking queen, which I feel like is kind of, why do you call yourself that?
A
Like,
little douchey.
yeah, like it would be one thing if somebody else called you the networking queen, but to call yourself the networking queen, like networking is a scummy, weird thing to do anyway. I feel like it's something that everyone has to put up with, but nobody likes it. So to call yourself the queen of it, like to put the crown on your own head, I feel like this is not looking good to me.
Wow, Taran is coming for networking now, Melissa.
He doesn't like networking. Who knew? I didn't know that was something that, garnered such strong
I
opinions.
thought Taran would be pro networking.
No, I mean, look, like I said, everyone has to do it. You have to be good at it. It's just annoying that you have to be good at it. She also talked a lot about she would more naturally get along with guys than girls. That's usually not the greatest sign going into the Big Brother house because for many reasons.
Yeah, that it does seem as though that there's always the guys alliance and the one woman who is with them. But Melissa, that does not often lead to a path to victory.
It does not. And it does not often lead to a path of friendships with other women. So, that just, I don't like it when girls say that because not all girls are the same. And you can't sit there and say, oh, I get along better with guys than with girls because like all girls are different, just like all guys are different. So I don't like it when people say that and when people like pigeonhole other women into a little box, but whatever. Sometimes, I mean, I just hope that doesn't really mean anything. And it's just the way that she's just choosing to describe herself, I guess. Maybe she thinks that she's more athletic or something. I don't know. I always hate it when girls do that. Oh,
I thought that was a sound effect you were using, Rob.
We'll see. Ride is here. Tara, could we have a modern day Kristen Bidding on our hands?
That came up. I live streamed on Twitch my reactions to these live interviews, and that was what somebody brought that up in the chat, and it immediately kind of struck me like, yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah. I didn't like it when she said that she would have to tread on eggshells in the Big Brother house. That's not a thing. You tread lightly or you walk on eggshells. Nobody treads on eggshells.
Yeah, if you're treading on eggshells, you're not really walking lightly on them.
Yes. Okay. All right. I have two questions I want to answer about all of these people here tonight. Of course, we will get into our draft next week, and we will go through everybody and make our official picks. Two questions. Is this person an all-star? Will they be back? And can they win the game? All right. Melissa, let's start with can she win? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Taran.
Yeah, I think she can win.
Yeah. Yeah, no reason why not. Okay, so that's good. That's good. You have to get through not being disqualified on the first night. Could she be back, Melissa?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Taran?
I would also say yes, because she's very physical and people love competition beasts. So if she lasts long enough to win a lot of competitions, I think she could be back.
Yes. Although she does not seem like a big personality, which tends to be what they bring back. So just to mix it up, I'll say no. I don't think she will be back, even though I think she could win. Let's take a question here from Kelly Lynch. Did she go to the Seabass School of Phrases? That's possible. She does like the spearfish. So maybe if things don't work out with Jenna, another pick for Sebastian. Okay, let's talk about somebody that I think we will have maybe more to say about. And let's go to our house guest number 2 tonight. And it is Angie Rockstar. Oh, I can't wait to talk about Angie Rockstar. Taran, where did they find this lady?
In a cartoon. So they pulled her out of a cartoon. I swear to God.
Yes. Melissa, Angie Rockstar.
Yeah, there she is. I still feel like I have absolutely no idea what she looks like. I just feel like the glasses are just like covering her whole face.
She had something on her head today also, and I don't know if it was like a hat or what. It seemed like it was like sort of like pinned like on the back of her head. I don't understand what this was.
Yeah, I really have no idea what she looks like, but she really reminds me of like Toni Collette in the United States of Terra when like she's dressing up like a like a tough girl, or like she's dressing up like a guy or whatever, and she's being her different personas. It just reminds me of that, where it's like a person putting on a costume kind of and being this other person that they're also not. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't want to get into the intricacies of the United States of Terra, but it just reminds me of it.
Taran, over under a week and a half in the Big Brother house for Angie Rockstar.
She is normally, I think, the stock pick to go home first, like night one, like whatever it is. However, I feel like there's at least 2 to possibly 3 of these people in the house this season. So I feel like she maybe has like 3 weeks.
1 in 3 shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She tells us in her bio that she really liked Joey from season 16. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense that you guys would have a lot in common. Angie Rockstar. And is she actually a rock star, Melissa?
No, she's a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
But she parties like a rock star.
Parties like a rock star. But not only is she a stay-at-home mom, she has a baby that is 6 months old, Taran.
Yeah. Those healing crystals work really well.
Yeah.
Do we have a quit on our hands? Is she going to have to leave and go back to her kid?
Look, we have, let's just go back to Raven, I'm sorry, Keisha. Did I get my Cosby kids messed up? But Keisha and her baby was over a year old. And she had to go home and now, again, who knows? Now I don't want to put out there that all moms are the same, just like all women are not the same, all men, all people are different. But that, things start not going Angie Rockstar's way. I would think that a small baby at home would have to weigh heavily on her mind in terms of sticking it out for 3 months.
Yeah, definitely. I hope we don't have another quit on our hands.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually very surprised when we put people into the Big Brother house. I mean, Taran, it's so emotionally draining. Put anybody in the Big Brother house that has very small kids.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like if anyone is going to be able to handle that kind of situation, it's Rockstar. She's magical. If anything, maybe the lack of a fire and fierce drum beats to dance under the moonlight to will be the thing that sends her home.
Yeah. She talks about how, like, hey, I just had a baby in December, and then I was thinking, why don't I go on Big Brother?
Yeah, well, the worst part of her whole bio was her saying that Joey was her favorite, and if not Joey, then Frankie.
Yeah,
she loved Big Brother 16.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting is she says that she went back and watched a bunch of the older seasons, so it's not like Big Brother 16 is the only season she's watched, and that's really her only reference point. She watched a bunch of other seasons, and still Joey was her favorite.
Mm-hmm. When she says she went back and watched them, she probably means like I watched some clips on YouTube.
This is the thing that she said. So, and this is the tell when we're trying to determine whether or not somebody actually has watched the show before, let alone the live feeds. Here's Ross's question to Angie Rockstar.
Are you a big fan of Big Brother? I am now.
I am now. Yeah.
Yep.
Now that I'm going to be on the show, not a good sign. I love it. It's my favorite show.
Oh God,
I love it.
Was she the person that actually said, "Yeah, I watched some compilation clips on YouTube"?
I think that was somebody else.
That was someone else. I think it's like honestly, it makes it worse that they're all doing the same thing, which is that none of them really watch the show or care about it in the least.
Yes, Taran, this could be a good job for you to make clips on YouTube that you would like potential Big Brother players to watch, and then you should like upload a call like watch this if you were going to go play Big Brother, and then you can sort of like preload all of the things you want to see into those YouTube videos.
We had the exact same thought at the exact same time, Rob. We are in sync right now.
Next summer, get on that. See if you can work on that. But like upload that video like on May 1st. That'll be perfect timing.
Perfect clip recap for anybody that may or may not be going on a season of Big Brother.
Yes. Okay.
That's the title.
So Angie Rockstar is ready to go. This is a big year for her. She is 34 this year. 34 was is her favorite number. She is expecting big things, she told Ross Matthews.
This is my 34th year, and I always said that, like, 34 was my favorite number. So I was either going to have all the best year of my life or I was going to die.
What? Wait.
Those are huge differences. I hope for the first one.
Well, Andrew, I have some bad news. I've read this bio. I don't think it's going to be the best year ever.
I mean, it's like the last day of the year, she has like a really, really bad day, and it's just like, oh no, I'm gonna die.
Oh God, that's so bad. And
Andrew,
didn't she say that, like, what her whole comment about the you don't?
Yeah, she. So,
I was like, are you admitting something right now?
yeah, so she talked about how she has a third baby. It was not expected, and she because the baby was able to somehow avert her birth control system for family planning. She's calling this baby an you don't.
That was so sad. Very funny, but also sad for a kid to watch.
Right. Which is going to more sad to find that out, Melissa, or to find out that as a 6-month-old baby, Angie Rockstar chose to spend her summer in the Big Brother house.
That is even worse. Oh God, that poor kid.
I think it's the 1-2 punch there.
Yeah, it really is.
At least she gave natural birth, Rob, to all 3 children.
Yes. Well, she feels like that she can do any endurance competition because that having a natural childbirth has prepared her. And I don't know, there seems to be some wisdom there. I have not been through that experience, so I'm not sure. We'd have to ask somebody who has played Big Brother and also had a baby if they feel like that there is something similar there. I guess, probably you want to get yourself in the right state of mind. So I feel like that makes sense to me.
Well, hopefully there'll be no Chrissy BBOTT situation where there's like some cuts on her hand and she's like, I'm injured.
Although she did say she'd rather win and be hated. So I guess that's a good sign, if anything.
Yeah, because she said, look, in America, they'll drag you for anything. So it doesn't, she'd rather, so at least her head's in the right place.
Very insightful.
Things that she would like to take with her in the house: a statue of Ganesh, elephant god, remover of obstacles. Okay. Some sage to burn to remove the bad juju from all the shade thrown around the house and the internet, probably. And a variety of crystals to use for different power purposes. Melissa, are you into the crystals at all?
No, not at all.
We need a crystal expert.
Yeah,
Yes.
we need a crystal correspondent.
Okay. All right. If we have a crystal, because we have 2 crystal people this season. Yeah. If we have a crystal correspondent in the works, send us an email, bigbrother@robhasawebsite.com. So she also has a turtle that's 24 years old, Taran. Do you think we'll get a letter from the turtle?
I mean, I feel like we're more likely to get a letter from the unicorn that walked her down the aisle.
Yeah. She kind of looks like a turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you see that, Melissa?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think it might be the glasses because turtles in cartoons always
they often
wear
have glasses. Yeah.
There's a little bit of like Mike Myers there as a turtle.
They were saying in the chat, someone said, I forgot who it was, but they were like, watch her never wear glasses on the feeds or on the show. Like, it was just to get cast. Those aren't her real glasses.
Yeah.
She takes off the wig, removes the glasses.
Yeah, she's like, oh,
like
thank God, I can be normal.
I can be normal. I'm wearing this crazy costume. It's saying that my name is Angie Rockstar for 3 months. Yeah. Taran, do we think that those glasses are prescription, or is this just part of some Halloween costume?
I mean, it just fits her personality so well. Like, it's some kind of cosmic coincidence, if these are not fake, that she needed these particular kinds of like very strong glasses. Okay.
It's too bad she's not on Survivor. She'd be able to start the fire in 2 seconds with those glasses. A drop of water on them. Boom. She's good to go. She doesn't need a flint. Okay. So let's talk about Angie Rockstar. Okay. Taran, does she have all-star potential?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Melissa. All-star potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, knowing they're all-stars.
I'll say no because I don't think she's going to have longevity. Now, again, Jose was in the mix to go on BBOTT. I think we have a good chance to see her on the challenge, though. Look for her on MTV at some point. Okay. Can she win? Does anybody object and say she can win?
Nope.
Okay. Will she be the last pick in the Big Brother 20 draft?
I could see Brent picking her first.
Yeah, I think she's the number one Brent pick.
And then she'll end up winning. It'll be a Josh all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if we have some comments or questions about Rockstar. Is Angie an aspiring mathematician? I don't believe so, right?
No.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. What is her trade, Taran?
Her what?
Her trade. I know she's a stay-at-home mom, but what is her what was her profession before this?
I don't know. Did she say?
I don't know.
She worked. Okay. No, here we go. Sorry, this was obvious. I'm sorry, I missed this. She worked for a traveling petting zoo and performed with the animals.
Okay. All right.
Aw.
We'll see. There's also a Mr. Angie Rockstar at home taking care of the babies that she says she's going to buy a boat for. Melissa, do you hope we get to hear from Mr. Angie Rockstar at some point this summer?
Usually I would say no when it comes to like the family stuff, but in this case, yes. I would really like to know what's going on.
Okay. Is he in the chat right now?
Likely, no.
Okay, because we hear from the family members from time to time, so we'll hear eventually. All right, let's go to our next person in the mix here, and let's talk about Bayleigh. Bayleigh is our third contestant to talk about. Here is Bayleigh Dayton from Missouri, Taran.
Yes, a Marvel geek.
Yes, she likes the Marvel movies. Not a DC stan.
No, she's very anti-DC, I imagine.
Do you think she got to see Infinity War before she went into the house?
I think so. I think it's been running for like what, 5-6 weeks now? 7?
Yes. Will she go cuckoo, Melissa, if there is a chance to watch Ant-Man and Wasp this summer?
Probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know enough about it.
All right. Melissa, I think that Bayleigh seems like she's going to be a lot of fun.
Did you think so?
Yeah, I thought she was. I thought she was good. I thought she had a lot of personality. Why, you didn't like her?
I just thought that her interview was probably one of the more boring ones, if I'm being honest. I just felt like her and Ross didn't really seem to connect, or at least Ross didn't seem to be really into their conversation. And I just felt like she didn't. I don't know. She just didn't really do anything for me. And that was kind of disappointing because in looking at her when the cast was first revealed, I was like, oh, she seems great. And she's, the first African-American winner of Miss Missouri, or what was it? Something like that. And I was just like, this girl, she could be really good. She seems well-spoken. She seems good. And then when they just I didn't really see a winner there, and I was kind of disappointed. She just didn't seem like she really had the strategy, and she didn't really seem to have the drive. And the fact that she talked about, how she doesn't know how to interact with guys. I mean, I totally understand that. If you've gone to like an all-girls school and all that stuff, it is probably different. But and that I understood. But then she said that the reason why she couldn't really understand them was that the guys would say like, oh, we don't hold grudges, we fight, and then it's over. And that she doesn't do that. So clearly she like does hold grudges.
Yeah.
And so that, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like winner is there.
I thought she was very interesting because she did say that to Ross Matthews. He said, okay, well, what's your biggest weakness going to be in the house? And she said, boys. He's like, oh, okay. You're going to be boy crazy. She's like, no, that's not it. No, I literally don't understand men. I've never really been around. I've had a boyfriend, but I don't understand men as a species. It's like, this is very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, it's similar to where, the girls will say, oh, I get along better with guys than with girls. And I just feel like it's similar in that I don't like this kind of answer where it's like, I don't get guys. I don't understand them. It's like, we're all people. Like, yeah, I mean, all guys are going to be different. All guys are not going to be exactly the same, just like all girls are not going to be exactly the same. And I don't like it when people are like, I just don't get them. I just don't get it. And I don't. So I don't know. I was a little about her.
Taran, Melissa is out on Bayleigh. Okay, can you be the deciding vote?
I have to say I'm more with Melissa here.
Oh,
I felt like, but here's the thing. It might, like I said, I felt like Ross was maybe like a little off at first, and this might have been sort of because Ross wasn't quite into the groove yet with his interviews, and maybe with somebody else interviewing her, she may be a little more dynamic. But she did kind of like, I felt like I sort of spaced out listening to her interview a little bit, and there wasn't really anything on her bio that stood out to me either. She just she loves Deni. She's a yoga instructor. Like there's like not a whole lot there other than she can't understand boys, which was kind of humorous, but not really boding well for her in the game.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. She's a flight attendant, and I always like flight attendants in this because flight attendant is like the best job to get you to prepared to go on one of these shows because you're dealing with like cranky, pissed off people all the time, and you can't tell them off. You have to sort of like patronize people and sort of like hear them out and make them feel like that they're being listened to. So I think it's you're dealing with high stress situations. So I think that's a good job to get ready for something like this. And then I liked the personality. I liked when she talked about how that she would even get her hair wet, and if she had to, believe me, she doesn't want to, but she would be. So I think that she has a fun personality. I think that she'll be a firecracker in the house.
Well, don't forget also that as a flight attendant, she got hit on every day.
Every day.
Yeah. So
yeah. I believe it.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll have some stories for the live feeds. Get some people in trouble.
About guys that were hitting on her, then she didn't understand what they were saying.
I think she understands the part where guys want to hit on her. That I think she gets that. I think she doesn't understand how guys interact with each other, I think is what she's trying to say.
I'm pretty sure what I heard was that basically she doesn't understand a word that anybody of the males variety says. And I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to stick to.
Yeah, I think that might be... I think she understands the English language, I think. But
I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Seems like from a sociological standpoint, she's just like, I don't understand this species.
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
We'll see. Anything else interesting about Bayleigh from her bio, Melissa? Or you're saying that she didn't have anything interesting in her bio?
I liked that she was that she basically said that she like has an attitude, but that she's going to try and leave it in the DR. It'll be interesting to see if she'll be able to actually, hold her tongue when things get kind of intense, or if she's just going to, bring the drama. I'm excited to see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was interesting that she said her favorite house guest was Deni. I was kind of surprised because she didn't quite seem like someone who would go for Deni, but maybe I just am totally misunderstanding her.
She was a Miss Congeniality, so she likes Donnie's nice nature.
Yeah. There were three things that kind of came in combination to me. She'd have a hard time not calling people out, and she'd have a hard time trusting people. She said she wants to dominate competitions, and she wants people to fear her a little bit. These are three things that combine to say like red flag to me. Like, this is not good. She did say that she was going to try to tone that down in the house, but often the people that say I'm going to try and tone down my really like my calling people out or my being really aggressive in competitions, they usually are not able to. So that worries me a little bit about her prospects in the game.
Melissa, do you think that we could see a showmance potential for Bayleigh?
I think it's possible. I mean, she said that she was open to showmances, but then she was like, I'm open to them, but I'm not really interested in that. So it's possible. I don't know if I really see it, but she's open to it. Just like everyone else said they were open to it pretty much.
She was once on a plane, Taran, where the engine blew, and she lived to tell the tale.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess that shows that she can sit I don't know.
She didn't freak out.
Okay.
She made it.
Like, what are we expecting? Oh, well, she didn't jump out of the plane, so really saved the day
You
with
guys are so hard on Bayleigh. Well, love you, Bayleigh. Yeah. So I think she'll be good. All right.
She's part of the A's, the Bays, the Hayes, the K's.
Yes. Okay.
There's too many.
Melissa, would you say here tonight that Bayleigh cannot win this game?
No, I wouldn't say she cannot win. I would say she could win.
She could win. Taran, could she win?
I think she can, yeah.
Could win. I think she could win.
She just needs a translator.
Could she be back again, Melissa?
No.
No. Taran?
I'm going to say probably not.
Probably not. Look, I think that she could be very well staring a week 2 model curse right in the face, but I'm going to say big personality. I'd say she could be back. She could be back. All right. That is Bayleigh, who Taran and Melissa are not high on. Very, very sad to hear. Okay.
I'm not high on her, but I'm also not as negative on her as I am on some of the others.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
She's like middling.
It's just like, for me, it's just like, if I'm going to give interesting commentary on Bayleigh, it's a lot easier to be making fun of the fact that she needs a translator to talk to the guys than it is to talk about anything else, because I felt like, as Melissa mentioned, there's just a little baseline.
A little off. Okay. All right. Let's go from Bayleigh to Haleigh. Here she is. Haleigh, she is the college student from Texas A&M, Melissa. What do you think about Haleigh?
She was one of the ones I first looked into yesterday because she's one of the few that actually still have an open and not private Twitter. So I looked through her feed and I liked what I saw. It's positive things. I liked what I saw. I thought that she, tweeted a bunch of funny stuff and retweeted funny stuff. And I even, wanted to retweet some of her funny stuff, and then I thought that might be weird, so I didn't. But I liked what she said, and I scrolled all the way down so I could see when she first started watching Big Brother, because I'm a total creep. And she just started. She actually started in Big Brother 16, which is like kind of unfortunate because I thought, that she's a fan, like an actual real fan and not just a more recent fan, but at least, she did seem to get into it. She would tweet about like, don't talk to me during the summer because I'm going to be taken up by Big Brother. And I thought that was pretty funny. But I guess the one problem is that she's so young. She's only 21. And it just, that's just so young, and you don't have a lot of life experience. And so it's possible that she might not be able to, pull out the win, but she seems to be a fan of the show, a more recent fan, whatever. She liked Derek's game. I don't know if she can pull off Derek's game.
Oh, she's going to be the new Derek.
That's what she says. Yeah. So, I guess we'll just have to see. But everyone's sitting there and comparing her to Aaron, which I don't think is a fair comparison just because they're like kind of both blondish and from Texas or whatever, or Southern. I don't think that comparing her to Aaron is fair at all, or at least I haven't seen any reason to compare her to Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah. You mentioned that she's young. She's like still of the age that she thinks that being having a psychology major means that she has a leg up on everybody else, because she can really get into understanding their psychology and use that to manipulate them. She hasn't found out that literally means nothing in real life.
Wow. Add this to the list tonight, Melissa. Taran is coming for people with psychology degrees, the live feed watchers.
I feel like I'm coming for all of my own things here. I almost was a psychology major. I watched the live feeds, and I have to network way more than I want to.
Networking.
I'm just very self-flagellating today. I don't know what's got into me.
Yeah, I'm worried about you. I feel like you're not normally this salty, and the live feeds haven't even started yet.
I feel like I don't know. I have nothing else to talk about, so I just need to have some fun here.
Okay, you're not Breaking Bad, are you?
I'm used to having lots of facts to spew out, and now I've got to create the entertainment.
You're forced into binder mode.
Yeah. This is what is Corinne's called? The brutal
cast assessment.
the brutal Taran cast assessment.
Yeah. She's open to showmance, Melissa.
Yeah, she says she's open to it,
No
but
chance she's coming out of this without a showmance.
yeah, I don't think so. The only no, I think she's gonna have a showmance. I mean, but the good news is she said she doesn't want to let it influence her game, which kind of means nothing because I feel like everybody says that. But still, I like that she's taking the game seriously. I was disappointed with her lose and be loved answer.
Yes, no, it's a good point.
Yeah.
I pulled that clip. A very poignant answer, I thought, to the question. And because Ross Matthews kept the great tradition going. Would you rather win the game and be hated by America, or lose the game and be loved by America? And this is what Haleigh had to say about this question.
I guess I would like to keep my integrity and have America love me and lose, I guess, if I had to ultimately choose. Maybe America love me.
Yeah, I would rather keep my integrity and have America hate me and lose. So, what is this scenario, Taran? Is America like rooting for terrible things to happen, and then America will hate her? So, I guess this is like some scenario where she's like some sort of like Cody Calafiore, where she wants to keep her integrity, and then she loses because she didn't do what make a good move.
I guess I feel like she's way more likely to be hated for things completely not related to the game than anything else. That's just my read on it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I guess like if she's gonna answer it as lose and be loved, that's probably the best way to do it, is very hesitantly and knowing that it's the wrong answer. So, I guess that's good.
I think somebody else answered it the best way that they can, but that was a guy. So we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. So here is Haleigh. She has two fears that she says seem unreasonable. One is chainsaws. I get that.
Not unreasonable.
Yeah. And two is crossing the street.
See, I felt it was the opposite. I felt like crossing the street is a reasonable fear because that's a very dangerous thing. Lots of people die with cars, but how many people die with chainsaws? I feel like very few. If you don't like chainsaws, I don't know if I've ever seen a chainsaw in real life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's terrifying.
Very easy to avoid. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. She also raised a goat named Ringo for the future farmers of America, but she never raised one again, Melissa.
Yeah, I guess raising a goat is hard. I didn't know that it was that difficult or that scarring.
Yeah, well, we don't know if the chainsaw or the cars in the street were a part of the reason why there was never another goat in the picture.
Yeah, she also said she was gonna. She would like to take an iPod into the house, which I just feel like, do people still use iPods? Is that still like? I feel like I'm out of the loop here. Are iPods still a thing? Because then another person also said iPods, and I felt like they died a while ago.
Yeah, they may have been discontinued. I think that they might feel like, oh well, I wouldn't be allowed to bring a phone in the house, but I'd be allowed to bring an iPod because I couldn't connect with the outside world. I'd only be able to listen to my music, and maybe she's so young in that any other form of like she wasn't alive to have CDs or any other form of, so she has no other way to transport music outside of an iPod, Taran.
Yeah. She's not talking about bringing the Walkman in or the tape player or anything like that.
Right. I mean, the iPod has been around for almost 15 years now. So she's 21. It's reasonable that she maybe never had any other music portable device.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah. So maybe we cracked that one. She's also kind of a bed critic, Melissa.
Yeah, I liked that because I'm kind of a bed critic too. So I was all for that. And
yes.
I thought it was very reasonable.
What do you criticize? The mattress or like the actual frame?
And pillows, mainly. Comfort level is mainly what I'm looking for.
Okay. Do you blog about these thoughts anywhere?
I do not, but maybe I should.
You should, yes.
Maybe.
You're already an avid Yelper.
That's the new thing. Yelping.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Okay. Melissa's bed reviews coming this summer. All right. Haleigh, can she win, Taran?
Yeah, I think she can. I actually really like Haleigh. I feel like she has a lot of potential in this game. I thought she was very personable in her interviews, or in her interview. And my only concern is the showman stuff. I do feel like that could put her in a weird spot, but I feel like she'll get along with a lot of people, and I think that's a good thing for her. So yeah, I do think she can win.
Melissa, should Gina Marie have said that she was just reviewing Candace's bed and mattress when she threw it on the floor?
Yeah, but I don't think that's believable. But yes,
I do think for a bunch of scrubs. Candace, it's not worth it.
I do think Haleigh could win.
Okay. I do not. I am out on Haleigh as a winner. Sorry about that. Okay. Will she be back as an all-star, Taran?
No.
No. Melissa?
Yeah, I would say no, probably not.
No. Okay, clean sweep. I do not think that she will be back as an all-star. I'm not super impressed with Haleigh.
We can't forget to mention also that she found out she was adopted in the 6th grade.
Yes. Okay.
Very interesting fact.
Interesting
People they don't often put actual interesting facts. She did.
Yes.
She's very good at interesting facts.
Okay. So, all right. That is Haleigh. Boy, wouldn't it be something, though, Taran, if her biological parents tuned in to Big Brother this summer and then came forward and then they came to the finale?
Project DNA, Rob.
Project DNA. Could be in the works. Maybe that's what Big Brother 20 is going to be. We're going to take some of the best twists that we've ever done before and do a new wrinkle on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. How crazy is that still that they did that Project DNA?
That was crazy.
All right. Let's go to our next person that we're going to talk about here tonight. And that would be, Kaitlyn. I'm so excited to talk about Kaitlyn. I mentioned on the podcast with Taran that she is from Long Island, like myself, a Long Island representative here on Big Brother 20. Kaitlyn Herman, Melissa.
Yeah, she's a 24-year-old life coach.
Yes.
And meditation coach.
Yes. Taran, how do you feel about life coaches?
I don't know. How do I feel about psychology majors? Divide that by like 5. I don't know. Kaitlyn's like, I actually like most of this cast. Kaitlyn's one of the few I did not. And I'm open. You know, these people, they often change. You change your opinion once you see them in the house. But I was not into Kaitlyn. She wasn't even an interesting kind of crazy to me. She was just like regular, like boring, weird to me. She's a life coach because she went to a psychic medium years ago with the hopes of connecting with her deceased grandfather. But there was a plot twist, and the medium surprised her by revealing that she would soon be one of the most influential self-help women in the world.
And
Rob.
You scoff and you laugh it up now, Taran, because it is happening. She can see into the future. She can see auras. She is going to dominate this game, Melissa.
No, I just don't. I just don't
She
see how
manifested it.
that. Yeah, okay. I don't. Whatever. She's like, I manifested not only just being here. I didn't even manifest being here. I manifested winning. It's like, oh my god. And she's 24 and she's a life coach. What life has she possibly lived that she's able to coach
She's
us
gonna
about?
be my life coach. I'm going to get her after the show. She can
Well,
read
I
it
hope
for
she
me.
can help you out.
Yes, she
I
can
just
help
don't
me.
get it.
Yeah. I am so fascinated by Kaitlyn. The Taran show, when you talk to Kaitlyn Herman, is going to be, you'll be on the edge of your seat the whole time, Taran.
She'll be my new co-host for the Taran show. She'll just guide people through their whole lives and get them going in the right direction. She says if she senses bad energy with family or friends, she will, without invitation, start to sage them until the negativity is cleared.
And what are you not excited about?
Oh God. Well, I'm not excited because she says she wants to play a game of love and light.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Is sage a condiment that is available for slop usage? Because I have not used sage, Taran. Do we know this?
I think it's a verb, Rob. I think that it's not even a thing.
It's not a thing. It's not a noun.
It's both.
She's just saging. It's like
Both.
it's both.
You don't sage with sage?
You sage with sage.
I've
It's
never
both.
saged. Have you saged?
I
seen
sage
it
all the
done.
time.
Taran sages. Melissa, you
Brent-
sage?
Brent
I've seen it
sages.
done. I've seen it done on those reality shows where they're going into the house to try and cleanse it of ghosts. And they take the bunch of sage, and then they light it on fire and burn
You burn sage.
you burn sage, and the sage has the smoke coming off of it, and you take that around the house. It's not like this flame
it's a
ball or
spray.
anything. It's no, it's
Well,
a literal sage.
I'm reading in the chat that it's a spray, which sounds to me like
It's not a spray.
Spray.
It
It's
sounds
not
to
a
me.
spray.
Brent is saying it's a spray in the chat, and he
Brent
says
is saying that he sages slot machines.
yeah, he
also.
does it to slot machines.
So-
So it sounds to me like if she senses bad energy with anyone around her, she takes out her spray bottle and starts spraying people with it until they
not.
say the negativity has been cleared.
It's not a spray. I'm sure you could get a sage spray, but typically when you
Yes.
sage something, you burn the sage so that the smoke is coming off of it, and you take the smoky sage around the house and you like put it all over the place.
I think I'm going to burn sage during podcasts in here. I think that's to get all the bad spirits out of the way.
Am I sensing negativity? Oh, don't make me spray you.
Hold on.
Don't make me burn things around you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is going to be
I've
fascinating.
never seen the chat room so up in arms, except for right now about sage.
Yeah. Now, Melissa, serious question. Do you think that it is unfair that they put Kaitlyn into the house with the ability to read auras? Doesn't that give her an unfair advantage in this game?
I'm gonna laugh so hard when she like partners up with someone that she's gonna totally stab her in the back, and she's telling everyone like in the diary room, I could tell from their aura that this is gonna work out really great for me, because that's definitely gonna happen. So I'm very excited about it. But I back to my whole love and light thing. I don't like the fact that she wants to play a game of love and light, because that is not what Big Brother is about. And so that's why, in answer to your upcoming question, I don't think she can win.
Yeah.
I hate it when there's always at least one person that comes on preseason and they say, listen, I'm going to prove to the world that you can win this game by being a good person and a beacon of hope and love and light. And I just find it so arrogant to be like, I am the good person. All of the other winners,
She is the chosen one, Taran.
Yes, and I am the chosen Lord of Light. That I am going to prove to everyone that with the positivity and greatness of my own self, I am going to win this game like nobody else and be so beautiful and wonderful and good.
Yeah, it's like we always say, the people who always say, we're the good people, we're the good guys, are always the bad guys. So, yeah, I don't see this going well.
No, she is one of the good guys, and she is not going to root for a bully. That America is over that. Wouldn't it be exactly what the world needs in 2018, Taran, for Kaitlyn to come in with her light and her love to inspire world peace?
Yeah, she'll inspire world peace. She'll come on the Taran show.
Is that a world peace?
She'll spray me down until I have no more negativity left. With sage. And the world will be a better place.
Yeah. She loves Victor also, Melissa.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting choice. I don't see her and Victor being very similar at all when it comes to gameplay. So it was interesting that was the person that she picked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She also talks about how she's going to use her intuition, her sensitivity to energy, and my messages from my guides to help me direct which way to move throughout the house. What guides?
Well, see,
Spirit guides?
this is where she's a secret genius, because all this time she's just been setting this up so that she can say, "Oh, I'm getting messages from my guides," but actually she is the real technological genius, and she's gonna have people in her ear with like a secret speaker giving her outside information in the house, and those are her guides, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm hearing my guide. I'm hearing," and nobody's gonna suspect anything because they're gonna, "Oh, well, this is just regular Kaitlyn being Kaitlyn," but actually she's a genius.
She is a genius.
Yeah.
And she is gone from Plainview to Encino to the Big Brother house to being the next greatest motivational speaker in the world. And she's going to do it. She also has the habit of sleeping with her eyes open, Melissa. And she says it's terrifying for everyone she lives with.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It sounds very terrifying. I would not want to walk in on someone sleeping with their eyes open.
Yeah. Now, do we think, could she connect with Angie Rockstar that we've talked about with the crystals and the unicorns? Could they be a match made in heaven, Melissa?
Yeah, totally. Or she could see her aura and say, "No way, we are not friends. I don't understand her whole deal." So
I'm the
it'd be
crystal person
interesting.
around here.
There's only one crystal person in this house.
Yes, Taran, is crystal person like Highlander?
I do. I think it is. I think it's going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I am the person that's about love and friendship and beautiful wonderfulness.
Yes.
Get out of here with that. I am about love, not you.
Yes. Kaitlyn will say, I have a house announcement. Angie Rockstar is a false prophet. Do not believe a word she says. It's lies. She has no power.
What if their guides tell them different things, like conflicting things? It's going to be very awkward.
Yes, this is how these religious wars break out. Okay, so we'll see Kaitlyn Herman, where she goes from here. Melissa, have you checked out her blog?
I have not.
From Betches to Buddhas.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah, I looked it up yesterday.
How was it?
Not very active.
Okay.
Just like 7 posts.
Okay. Then probably so not recommended then?
No, I swear I've read them all, and I will read them every day until she is out of the Big Brother house, because that she is going to be my new life coach.
All right. I'm excited to see that.
She lives nearby. I'm going to get her to completely rearrange my whole life. I'm going to be
I really hope not.
Patient 0 for Kaitlyn Herman's life coaching.
We'll see crystals hanging behind you.
Yes.
Yeah, this time next year, I'm going to be on the podcast previewing the cast of Big Brother 21, and Rob's going to be like, Taran, my boy, you cannot be so negative. We need to get some sage in your life.
We need a moment of meditation.
This is a podcast about love and light.
Love
Yes.
and light. Yes. All right. Here's the guy with the third eye. Rob sister, namaste. Namaste all.
Oh boy.
All right. Can Kaitlyn win the game, Taran?
No.
Melissa.
No.
Can Kaitlyn win? No, she cannot win. Well, can she be back as an all-star though, Taran?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, okay, let's play this out, Taran. How does this go for Kaitlyn in the house?
Okay, so I was kind of conflicted on that answer, because I did feel like if she goes into the house, I think that at first people are going to find her off-putting. They're going to think she's weird, and if she goes home early, then she's going to be remembered like a Joey, like a Nick, like these people that were like, oh, they were a little
She's
out there.
a classic first Big Brother Canada boot.
Yeah, oh, yeah, and but. If she stays and she makes it a long time, she is almost definitely going to be the underdog, because when is she going to be in a position of power? Which means I think that all of her quirks and weird like things about her are going to become like lovable underdoggy things, and I think she could become somewhat of a fan favorite, at least for the live feeders. So I do think that she has some fan favorite upside. but it's just I feel like I don't know if they'll bring her back.
Yeah, I could see Victoria upside, Melissa.
Yeah, is that an upside?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I see what Taran's saying, but I don't know if any of her stuff is really going to be endearing. I think that I think this could go one of two ways. One way is that she just constantly talks about all this stuff, and it becomes off-putting, or she doesn't really talk about this stuff unless it's like brought up, and then she'll talk about it, and then it's like fine, and because she seems like a nice person and she seemed like she was easy to talk to for Ross. But it did seem like she did talk about this stuff most of the time. And it's possible it's just, was her casting persona. She needs to talk about these things because that's what got her cast. And then when she gets in the house, she's just like going to be a normal person. But, it's hard to say at this point. So if she goes in the house and is just a totally normal person and that just has these quirky things on the side, then, we could be totally wrong about her and she could go really far. If instead she goes in and it's all about this stuff and that's really all she has, then, I could see early boot right away.
Yeah, in fairness, that I do think that she was one of the bigger fans. She told Ross Matthews that she recognized Marissa and Zev at the Grove, and she didn't even say Marissa and her kid. She remembered the kid's name to say to Ross Matthews. So I do feel like that she has really watched the show.
But to be fair, that was just this most recent season.
But still, that she talked about how she's watched all the seasons. So I think you have to give her at least some credit for being a fan.
Well, also she said that she'd want to win and be hated, which doesn't quite seem to match up with her love and light gameplay. But
because she said that she might be hated because she'd be misunderstood, and then everybody loves a redemption story, and then she will go out on a media tour and correct the record.
Seems like a long
the Taran show.
Yeah. She talked about liking Victor, but she mentioned that him and Nicole are a perfect couple. I don't remember. Have they talked about on the actual show about Nicole and Victor dating? Or is that something
canon yet?
Right. I feel like that's something that you'd have to kind of be following along online to sort of know.
Okay, maybe she watches the challenge, or she's on top of other reality TV rumors.
Very possible.
Possibly, because isn't she the one who talked about Real Housewives and stuff?
Oh, did she?
I thought she was.
I think she likes reality TV. She talked about that.
Yeah, she said that she needs to watch that Andy Cohen show.
Okay.
Watch What Happens or whatever.
All right. Let's see what Scott is sharing with us. This is a shot of Taran. Can you make this out?
It's from The Bachelorette. It's when they were saging on this most recent season.
They did sage on The Bachelorette. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's turning into a big thing.
It's popular. It's trending.
Maybe at the live shows we'll have people, everybody throw sage like when the bride and groom come out.
Maybe. Would also be.
Also with unicorns?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the unicorn that they had at Angie Rockstar's wedding? Do we have any word on that?
I assume it was her father.
Her father was the unicorn?
The unicorn walked her down the aisle during her wedding. That's... I just assumed. I mean, that's why she's magical. It's why she's like a cartoon character. She is, Makes
sense. Okay. All right, let's go to our next person number 6 tonight. Let's talk about Kaycee Clark. Get the banana costume out, Taran, because Kaycee is here.
Yes. I haven't thought of Kaycee in a while. That banana costume.
Kaycee, Kaycee. Kaycee Clark. She is a football player, Melissa.
Yeah, I really liked her. I thought that she, seemed really personable and normal and like she's competitive and there to win and she's athletic. She said win and be hated. She, said she's a people person, that it takes a lot to get under her skin. She's been watching since season 1. I mean, there really was a lot to like here. So I was a fan.
Okay. Taran, are you as bullish about Kaycee?
I wouldn't say bullish about her. I like her. I think that she will probably be okay. I like that she is part of the A's, the Bay, the Hay, the K. So that's promising. My thing about her was that in the interview with Ross, she felt kind of guarded to me. And she talks in the bio about, she says she's like, she'll have trouble trusting people. And I sort of got that in her interview with Ross, where he was asking her, like, do you have any, any negatives about yourself, any weaknesses? She's like, nah. Like anything, like you might, have trouble doing something, and she, oh yeah, I might have trouble, like not speaking up when somebody comes out. I mean, it takes a lot to rile me up, but I do speak up. Like I defend myself, and I do that all the time. Like she was very contradictory in her answers. It just felt very guarded, very sort of like kept close to the chest. And if she acts that way in the Big Brother house, then I think that she will miss out on that initial bonding that you kind of have to be very open in the initial part of the game, especially because she's also 30, which is a little bit older than most of the cast. She might have trouble bonding with them, especially if she's also being a little guarded.
I think she's also a physical specimen in terms of her size. Do you think that is that something that people will maybe target her earlier than they might otherwise, Taran?
I don't think so. I think that that Angela is probably going to be more physically threatening, I think. And I think that there are also some very large men in the house that I think are going to take a lot of the like big physically intimidating status away from some of the other people that will be a little more able to lie low. And I think that she's one of the people that will benefit from that. So I do think that she'll be okay in that regard, as long as she doesn't come out like way too hard in the first couple challenges.
Melissa, she's worried about having her mic on all the time. What is she worried about here?
Going to the bathroom?
Oh,
I don't know.
Is that it?
No, I really don't know.
What is she gonna say?
I hope nothing offensive, but you never know these days. So hopefully she'll be fine. And she seems like she'll be nice and easy to get along with. So here's to hoping, I guess.
Yes. She worked at Smart and Final for 11 years, Taran. So she is probably not likely to make a big move.
But she'll be very smart.
Yes.
And she'll be the final house guest.
And she'll make it to the finals. She moved to Scottsdale for a girl, then broke up after a few months of living there, but ended up staying there, made a new life for herself in Scottsdale.
Yeah, I think that speaks well for like versatility in terms of like she's very adaptable, clearly. Like, she's the kind of person that if an alliance breaks up or if she gets betrayed, like she'll probably be able to be like, whatever, we'll figure something else out.
Yeah, the heat will not bother her in coming from Scottsdale.
Definitely.
I guess so.
Yes, she'll be okay. She talked a lot about the possibility of a showmance, but she said that as long as it wasn't with a guy, that she'd be open with to a showmance. But I mean, does she not know that the Big Brother tends to not put? I mean, we're lucky we have one lesbian in the house.
Yeah, although, in Big Brother Canada 3, we had technically one lesbian in the house, and then,
she'll play the flirt card.
Yeah.
Okay. She'll do whatever it takes, Kaycee, to win, because she is a type A personality. She's ready to go.
Yes. She wants to be as honest as possible and wants to be loyal. I think she'll do decently well. I think that she's the kind of player, she might have trouble at first, but once she sort of fits into an alliance, I think she'll just be considered probably a number for a little while, unless she is like an aggressive player, which I don't think she is. And then she could sort of step her game up toward the end. I think she has that kind of potential, but I think she also has the downside of just being somebody that never really is able to fit in.
Yeah, I thought that she was kind of boring in the interview with Ross. I didn't think that there was anything that I was able to really sink my teeth into in terms of understanding how she's going to be in the house.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. Can she win though, Taran?
I do think she can win. Yeah.
Okay. Melissa, can
Yes.
Kaycee can win?
Yes.
I think she can win, but I don't think she's going to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then will she be an all-star, Taran?
I don't think so. Not from what I've seen so far, at least.
Yes. Melissa?
I think she could.
She could. I mean, I think the only way this should be really exciting is I think she fights with a lot of people, and I could see that as being sort of like a type A personality who is very athletic. I feel like that maybe she could run hot, maybe get into some good fights, but other than that, I don't think that there's too much all-star potential from Kaycee.
Yeah.
All right. But let's talk about another player tonight. Our 7th woman competing in Big Brother 20. Here she is, Rachel from Vegas.
Yes.
I am Vegas. Here she is. Rachel is she is a Vegas entertainer, but get your mind out of the gutter, everybody, that she is a singer.
Yeah. Well, she's a swindler.
She's
Rachel
Rachel Swindler. I did watch a video of her performing on YouTube. Very
For research.
Great pipes. Yes. Yes.
I'm very happy for you, Rob.
Yes. She was singing Nobody Does It Better from The Spy Who Loved Me.
There you go.
So, Rachel, the entertainer. What do you think, Melissa?
I liked her a lot. She's a big fan of the show. She walked in and knew that it was the DR, which surprisingly a lot of people didn't know that.
What is wrong with all these words?
Yeah, I was
Where
like,
are we?
really? You don't know? I don't even think they changed the design from last year.
Yeah,
but
exactly the same.
Brittany Haynes was her favorite house guest, which is always bodes well. I love Brittany, so that was great. It was interesting because she's friends with Jackie, I guess, in real life. And I guess, and she did say that the reason you would lose Big Brother, or the most important thing or whatever, is jury management.
I love that she
I thought
said
was
that
great.
right to Ross's face.
Yeah, I actually pulled that clip. This was a awkward moment between Rachel and Ross Matthews.
Okay, so you know what it takes to win, right?
I do.
What? Tell me. What is it?
Jury management.
Jury management. That's
Ooh,
part
what-
of it.
what
Yeah,
is
that's an
part of
interesting
that?
answer.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, that's part of it. Interesting answer.
That was good. I immediately was high on Rachel as soon as that happened.
Yes.
And you have to be a fan of the show to know that phrase, really, because that's really a phrase that's not thrown around in the casual game. That's a phrase that's thrown around like on Twitter and in the podcast world or whatever. So I feel like you've got to be a fan to know that that's the reason why these people were losing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I thought that she seems pretty fun, not too crazy. That she is a big fan of the show. She once shared one bathroom with 12 people, Taran, and she lived.
Yeah, which is always the information that I'm just like dying for.
Bathroom info.
How are you going to handle living in the house with a bunch of people? Well, there's this one time that I had a bunch of roommates. This is the stuff I live for, Rob.
Yeah.
And by
That's
that,
what I want to hear
hate
about
it.
from Podcast House. How many bathrooms were there?
I just like, I don't understand why those questions are both in the bio and in the interviews, and I feel like it's useless in both places.
Yeah. Look, that they're trying to make Big Brother interesting to people who don't really like Big Brother. Those are the kinds of things that come up. Small talk.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I said this, like, I feel like those are the kinds of questions that were interesting in season 1 when it was like, oh, they're going to be living in a house together.
With cameras?
Whoa, they're going to be sharing a bathroom? Are there cameras in the bathroom? What? We've been doing this for 20 years now, almost. Like, I think we're okay on those questions.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay. What else about Rachel, Melissa?
She said she wanted to lose and be loved. Womp womp.
Yeah. I mean, she seems nice.
Mm-hmm. She seems nice. I don't know if she's cutthroat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was concerned about, like, I really liked Rachel. There were two things that made me concerned. One was I would rather lose and be loved. I loved that Ross was like, really, girl? And she's like, what? Was that the wrong answer? And then she also talked about wanting a showman. She said she was looking for a showmance. And that could be a good thing in some circumstances, but it also could be a bad thing. And that concerns me because I do feel like she could do well on her own, and I don't think she needs a showmance. And I feel like when you have a showmance, how well that's going to work out for you depends on how good the person that you're in a showmance with is also in the game.
Taran, how many times this summer will we hear, Rachel, stop singing?
Too much.
Yeah. Too many.
Okay. Will we get to see her killer monkey impression?
I really hope so, because I'm very curious.
Yeah. Now, Melissa, her friends call her Crachel. Is that a mixture of crazy and Rachel, or is it another word to make that portmanteau?
I would assume it's crazy, but I don't know. I don't know what other word that could be.
Does she eat a lot of craisins?
Oh, it's that. It's the crazy
Is
thing.
that going to be in her HOH basket? Oh, craisins.
My nickname.
That's what my friends call me because I love cranberry raisins so much.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
She uses her power over men to make huge tips on the job. Wait, what is her job?
Singing, Rob.
Singing.
So, like, what is she singing? Like, put like money like in the jar on the piano.
Well, she sings and then people leave. It's
Those other we don't know.
We don't know. There's a whole world I don't know about.
She probably has a Patreon.
Is that what it is? She has a tip jar? Is that what it is?
I feel like there's a lot of girls on this cast who say that they, use guys or manipulate the guys to get them to do what they want, or that the guys hit on them all the time or something like that. It's very interesting.
Yes. That's a crazy world, Melissa.
It's a wild world.
Yes. All right. She wants to bring a foam roller also. Taran, are you into foam rolling?
I mean,
part of your regimen.
It's another one of those things. It's like I kind of feel like I have to do it. It's not my favorite thing, but yeah, I do
it. Yeah, I feel like it's just like I feel like it's a waste of my time.
That's what I feel like too. But
Jeremy Collins told me that he swears by it. Loves foam rolling. He said he avoided hips. He thought he needed hip surgery. Foam roller took care of it.
But see, that's the thing. It's one of those things where it's like you use it, and then if you don't have any problems, like, well, is this the thing that's causing me to not have problems, or is it completely useless? I have no idea.
Who knows? That's what Rachel Swindler would like. Put a foam roller in her HOH basket. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can she win the game, Melissa?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Taran?
Yes.
Yeah. Why not? Okay. I agree. But will she be an all-star?
Yes. Yeah.
Is the Big Brother All-Star Pantheon only big enough for one Rachel from Vegas, Taran?
Well, here's the thing. There's Rachel from Vegas, but I also saw, and I kind of agree with, a lot of Jessica comparisons from last season. And I feel like she's in a similar spot to preseason Jessica, where we were like, oh, she could be something amazing. She's a fan of the show. She's hopefully got some kind of killer instinct. I feel like we have similar hopes for Rachel, and I feel like it's probably what they were going for with Rachel. So with that said, I feel like Jessica is probably more likely to have that all-star spot than Rachel does.
So Jessica's blocking her lane.
Yeah, if they are similar.
Okay. All right. We'll see. Yeah, I feel like that unless Rachel is like an amazing player, I don't know if she's going to stand out enough from the field to be an all-star, but I'm pulling for her. Should be fun. All right. One more person to talk about here tonight as we round out our women's preview, and it's a good one. Let's talk about Sam. Okay. Sam Bledsoe, and she is a welder, Melissa.
Yeah, she is. She has a very heavy accent.
Yes. Yes.
And it sounds very similar to like Donnie, and she acts
or
very
Wheaton.
similar, or Whitney. But I honestly, when she came out, I was like, and started talking, I was just like, oh boy, here we go. And then I really liked her. I was really surprised. I liked what she had to say. I felt like she knew the game. I felt like she wanted to play. I thought that she was intelligent. I thought she was at first I thought she was another stunt cast, where it was like, okay, she's like the Southern girl with the accent who's a welder and she's just physical and doesn't really have like the brains, but she totally did. And I was a total fan of her. And I like the fact that she, even though she's like, I want to stand up against bullying, I want to, be a nice person and blah, blah, blah. She still said that she'd be willing to be ruthless and that she would do anything against a particular player, even if it went against America's favorite. But in order to win. So I really liked her answer to the win and be hated, lose and be loved thing. So yeah, I'm a fan of hers.
Taran, do you feel like that Sam could fall into the trap of maybe believing her own hype a little bit too much of, I am the American viewing audience?
Yeah, probably, but I don't know if that would hurt her as much as it does somebody like Chrissy. I feel like I think she genuinely actually is probably a lot of the American audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
everybody is going to root for me because they are me.
They are me.
Yeah,
Yes.
but here's the thing. I expect her to probably be an underdog, and I expect that to probably be the truth. So I don't think it's going to harm her too much. And I agree with Melissa. I really liked Sam. I found her to be very charming. The way that she interacted with Ross was like, she just immediately put him at ease. She would occasionally like touch his arm in a way that didn't make him uncomfortable. The very good body language from Sam. She speaks very slowly and clearly. She's very well spoken. She talked a really big game in her bio about being charming and charismatic and very able to bond with people very quickly. And I was like, oh, look at this person. They're so full of herself. But then I saw her in the interview. I was like, okay, she kind of backs this up.
Yeah. She had some interesting stuff in her interview. She talked about how that basically where she's from, you had a choice either be a preacher or a hairdresser. She chose hairdresser, sounded like it was more fun. She also talked about her tattoo, which says ruthless on her. I couldn't tell. Was this a put on? Did Ross throw ruthless out there? Did he see the tattoo, Melissa, and then say, oh, ruthless? And then she pulled out, yeah, I have ruthless on my arm right here.
I don't think so, but it was
a coincidence?
Very convenient. It was very convenient.
This is amazing, Taran.
The universe came into alignment. The crystals reflected in just the right way, and there you go. Yeah.
I thought also then she started talking about like, well, actually my grandmother was named Ruth. And then I thought she was gonna say, and then when she died, then I got this tattoo to commemorate her because now I'm ruthless.
Yep.
But no,
I thought the same thing.
Same thought.
But no. Even when she was Ruthful, she called her grandmother Ruthless.
Yes.
So we'll see if she'll be tough and ruthless in the house. And so she also had a great line with Ross when he asked her about what's the kind of things that she really will not care for in the house.
Is there anything that really bugs you? Is there something you will not tolerate in the house?
Yes.
That is the bully thing.
Okay.
I will not. If there's one person who comes in and kind of says, makes themselves the boss, and I'm going to take the lead. Well, then I'm very quietly and intelligently going to tear that apart. Understood.
What did she even say, Taran?
I don't know. Did it come bleeped or did you bleep that?
No,
I wasn't bleeped when I saw it.
I didn't watch it live. I watched the video.
I thought she said like mother scrubber or something. She said some weird thing. I don't know what she said. Mother humper.
She said mother. That was when she said mother humper.
Yeah, she said mother humper. Mother humper.
Go watch it on CBS. It's bleeped. Like, oh my God.
Bleeped Mother Humper.
Oh my God.
That's
That
something I
makes
would
it sound so much worse than what
It's
she said.
so much worse.
Like,
Yeah,
you're like,
I didn't know what she
whoa.
said.
That's like one of the competitions where they bleep the word and make it sound like it's
Yeah.
something worse.
Yeah, she just said Mother Humper.
Mother Humper.
Intelligently going to tear that apart.
Understood.
Understood. Got it. Got it.
Understood. Okay,
That's a
it sounds
beautiful
so
clip.
worse. It sounds so
Yes.
much worse.
Yeah. Go watch it on CBS.com.
Oh
You
my
will
God.
not hear anything about mother humping in this house. Got it?
Just like so much kudos to the editor that figured out that they should bleep that word.
Got it. Understood. All right. She also she is the bluebird of happiness, Taran. What's better, a bluebird of happiness or what was it? Caterpillar of death?
Butterfly of death.
Butterfly of death. Yes. Would you rather be bluebird of happiness or a butterfly of death?
There's a bluebird in my heart, Rob.
Would you rather fight one
One bluebird
butterfly of death
happiness.
for the rest of your life and then never have your relationship, or a giant bluebird of happiness?
Well, another thing about Sam is that she's an Avenger. She said she's an Avenger.
Tell Bayleigh.
Right? Exactly. And I was just like, whoa, she should better watch out for Thanos.
I also like that she said she was a fan of all the older seasons
Yes.
and that she liked all the old stuff.
Well,
I mean,
but
she
then
said she
she's
watched
talking
like
about
clips of
Jerry.
it or
Yeah,
something.
she was the one that said that she
Yeah.
watched clips, like montage clips on YouTube, and she likes the older seasons better, like the one with the 75-year-old Jerry who was on season 2 or 3. You're getting your Jerrys mixed up here.
Yeah. Okay. The Jerry that didn't wash his hands, that Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay. What
How
else
old was that Jerry? He was not 75.
No, he wasn't that old. He might be now.
It's true.
All right. She then blew Ross Matthews away when she started talking about how she's an altruistic, magnanimous person. And Ross was really did not think that she was going to know those SAT words, Melissa.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting her to know, because you get the stereotypes, and typically on Big Brother, they stick to those stereotypes. And she's totally against stereotype, at least in my opinion so far. So I'm excited about it. And I was excited to see that she is intelligent and she's not just, oh, I'm just a sweet Southern welder. I feel like there's way more to her than that. So I'm excited to see what else she's going to do. And in relation to the whole, she just watched the clips of the older seasons. Well, that's better than most of these people have done. Most of these people haven't even watched any part of the older seasons. So we should be grateful at this point.
She's good. She puts them on in the background while she's welding, Taran.
Yeah. Well, she's wood burning.
Yeah. She also raised honeybees.
It's very nice of her.
Yes, and she catches critters like snakes and raccoons with her bare hands. Do you think she'll be into all of the ants, Melissa?
Possibly. Maybe she'll start raising ants and taking care of ants in this house.
Yeah, the ants are no joke on that lot. When I went to the Survivor finale, which is on the same lot as the Big Brother house, and I went to go into the press trailer bathroom, and in the bathroom there were ants crawling on the wall. So
They
the
need to
ants,
take care of that.
They run that whole lot, Taran.
I guess so. Here's the thing, though. I've seen some people speculating that if there are returning players, maybe one of the people that's going to come back is Polly. And if Polly comes back and Sam is capable of grabbing critters with her bare hands, then she can collect all the butterflies.
The butterflies of death.
Exactly. Truly butterflies of death.
God, it's all coming together.
Like I said, it all comes together. Meanwhile, Kaitlyn's got her earpiece in. Everything's working out.
Okay. All right. Can Sam win the game, Taran? Does she have what it takes?
Yes.
Okay. Melissa?
Yes.
Yes. Why not? Okay. Stranger things have happened. All right. Let's talk about, can she be an all-star, Taran?
Yes.
She's interesting that she is a mom, right?
Is she?
Is she?
She seems like a mom, and that's another thing that I like about
she's
her.
A mom, but she talks about she wants a picture of her family and her loved ones. But does she specifically cite kids? Chat room, can you let us know on this one?
I haven't seen anything about kids.
Yeah. Oh, some people are saying no. Some people are saying yes. So,
yes. Okay.
But she's
is
only
she a mother humper.
She's only
or is
20.
Mr. Bledsoe the mother humper?
Who knows?
Yes.
We should ask Spencer. So she's only 27, but she seems older and more mature to me. And so I think that's going to work out really well for her in that she is around the same age as most people, but I think she's going to come off as less threatening while still being able to relate to them, while still having this sort of motherly vibe about her, whether or not she has kids, because the chat is still saying yes and no at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Should she lie and say she has kids, Melissa?
No, I don't. Well,
I think it would help a story, right?
Yeah, it might help. They might be like, we have to give it to her. She has kids. But, I don't know.
I think animals.
Yeah, those count, right?
She has a rooster pooch. Now, is that a rooster, pooch, as in a rooster named Pooch? Or does she have a dog that is like a rooster, Taran?
I would guess the first.
She says, my rooster pooch, he is my cuddle buddy. Can you cuddle a rooster?
Rooster pooch. Is it possible that it's a pooch, but it's a dog?
There's no comma. My rooster pooch. 3 words, period.
Is pooch capitalized?
No. Rooster is capitalized.
I looked up rooster pooch and rooster dog, and I'm getting nothing. So I don't think there's such a thing as a rooster dog or
it's
rooster
pooch. That her rooster is named Pooch, or her pooch is named Rooster.
Yeah, I don't think you can cuddle with a rooster. I don't think the rooster wants to be cuddled.
If she is good enough to catch snakes and raccoons with her bare hands, then she's also good enough to cuddle with roosters.
Yeah, but the rooster is one of the worst animals to cuddle with, because you'll be sleeping and then you got it right in your ear.
Well, Rob, I know you have a lot of experience cuddling with roosters, but I just feel like she probably has even more.
Okay. We'll see. So we'll get the answer. Does she have kids? Does she have a dog that's named Rooster, or a rooster that's a pooch?
Or maybe a pooch that's named Rooster.
Would you rather have a dog named Rooster or a rooster that was like a dog? All right. Her life's motto is never give up, and she will not, and we will not, as we will talk about the second half of this Big Brother cast tomorrow night live at 9 Eastern. There's some other questions and thoughts from the chat. Cheryl says, I hope y'all love the way hope y'all love Sam the way that I do. And by the way, her accent isn't that thick. Whitney's is much stronger. Okay?
Agreed.
Got it, everybody?
Got it.
Yeah. What's Whitney from Big Brother OTT up to, Taran?
I have no idea. We'll have to get her on the Taran show at some point.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Robot Taran is back and in mid-season form. Who will call for the first house meeting of the season? Will it be one of the women that we talked about here tonight, Melissa?
I kind of get the feeling it'd be one of the guys.
One of the guys.
Probably more likely to be one of the guys, but if it was one of the women, I think it would. I think it would be Rockstar.
Okay. All right. And then Logan wants to know, please, just one Big Jeff impression for old time's sake. I mean, we've done some Big Jeff tonight. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather have Big Brother 20 be about social media hashtags, or should it be decided by who has the biggest aura?
Please, neither.
Or most colorful aura. If you could have one aura and it was a regular size, or a super
you never have to deal with auras again.
Yeah. All right. And the Melissa bot also is back in mid-season form. Who is most likely to get Cameron and be replaced by Paul on night 1?
The Melissa bot was mean to me on the chat today for the first time ever, saying that I look better with less light.
Better with less light. That
I was
the
like,
case
oh
with
my
Melissa
God,
Bott.
rude bot.
Not nice.
Melissa always looks great, no matter how
Thank
much
you.
light there is.
Melissa Bott
Thank
is
you.
canceled. Because Taran, have you ever been subjected to bullying from the Mr. Taran robot?
Yes.
Oh, the meme?
There's literally a tweet from Mr. Robot Taran right now saying that I'm being a Debbie Downer.
Are you being a Debbie Downer?
Yeah.
Our bots are turning against us.
Listen. Let me talk to all. I want to address all of the Westworld social media. Leave the LFC alone. I'm going to be serious. I really want to address you guys. It's a long summer for the LFC. They deal with a lot of abuse. A lot of people send them direct messages. A lot of people post on Reddit all sorts of things about them. And it's a tough job. And I need everybody on their best behavior this summer. It's Big Brother 20. Okay? All right? I want only positive light and love for the LFC this summer.
Get some
Please.
sage out.
Get the sage out and we'll, okay? All right.
They're in the chat. They're telling them to cease all motor functions, bots.
The robots, they're uprising.
Analysis. Okay. All right. We'll update their programming. Okay.
Baseline.
All right. Let's talk about what's going on tomorrow night. We will talk about the 8 men in the Big Brother 20 house. Myself, Taran Armstrong, Brent Wolgamott will be there as well. And we will get this party started trying to understand the men of the Big Brother 20 house. Okay, that's coming up on Tuesday night at 9 Eastern, of course. So much going on as well with our patron group. So much talk about everything going on with this Big Brother season and much more. If you want to have a ton of fun this summer watching Big Brother with us, check out our Patreon program. Rob has a website.com/patron. All right. Anything else tonight, Melissa?
No, just that I'm really, really excited. And hopefully this is my year to win the draft.
Okay, Melissa. I want Melissa to win the draft, Taran.
Thank you.
I always want Melissa
It
to win
means
the
so much
draft.
to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Come on, Taran.
Like I said, I want Melissa to win. I'm always rooting for Melissa.
Yeah, except you know that you have all these frustrations about networking and life coaches and psychology degrees, and then you have to
Melissa's none of
take
those
it out
things.
on Melissa in the poor draft.
I'm a big fan of Yelp and lawyering.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Taran, what do you have coming up?
Check me out on Twitch. We're doing some fun things there. Streaming some social strategy games on Sunday nights. We've been doing that. That's been a lot of fun. I also have been streaming other things. We've also got the American Ninja Warrior podcast going. Having a lot of fun on that. Yeah, stuff like that. The Taran Show. I'm thinking of re-releasing the Brent Part 1 podcast because the Staircase documentary was just released on Netflix, and it's blowing up right now. So Brent talked a lot about his experience with that the trial and everything regarding that. So check out Brent's interview on the Taran Show this week on Monday tonight.
Okay. All right. And then, of course, we got everything coming up tomorrow night. So looking forward to that. If you missed any of our Survivor long-form interviews, we posted my interview with Wendell on Friday. Interviews up with Kellen and Dominic and Laurel. You can find those all in our podcast feed, of course, and make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Rob has a website.com/iTunes. Great night tonight. Can't wait to do it again tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.